Здравствуйте, привет, and hello. Welcome to another video about learning the Russian language. In our last video, we learned about the verb идти, which means to go. In this video, we're going to learn a new verb, хотеть, which means to want. And it's also going to lead us into an intro on cases. So you probably don't know what that is yet, noun cases, but you will find out. So let's get started. Okay, so remember you have to know the pronouns before you can learn anything about verbs because they have to be conjugated depending on who's doing the action. So remember these. Я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, and они. So I'm assuming you already know these and have these memorized. The next thing to know, of course, is those common verb endings. So remember, for я, it tends to be you or u. For ты, it's often yesh or ish. For он and она, it's yet or it. For мы, it's yem or im. For вы, it's yete or ite. And for они, it's yut, ut, yat, or at. So, let's look at the verb in question, хотеть, to want. So, я хочу, I want. Notice that even though the ending is one of those common endings, this is a stem-changing verb. That che kind of came out of nowhere, and this is just something to memorize. This verb, it becomes, the хотеть turns into хочу. So, я хочу, I want. Ты хочешь, you want. Он хочет, она хочет, he or she wants. Мы хотим, we want. Вы хотите, you want, formal or plural. And они хотят, they want. So notice the che is only in the singular pronouns, the I, you, he, or she. It is regular in all of the plural pronouns. We, you, formal or plural, and they. So that is just something to memorize. This is, it happens. Few stem-changing verbs do exist. Now, the other thing to note about this is that in Russian, present tense actually means two different things. So it can mean something in general, like in general, I want something. Like in life, I could want all kinds of things. Or it could mean like specific at this moment, like I am wanting this thing right now. So, and that is true for all verbs, like идти, we learned about to go. That could mean in general, like I go to the grocery store. It could mean like in general, that's something I do. Or it could mean right now, I am going to the grocery store, like I am in the middle of doing this action. So in Russian, it's much simpler. The present tense, there's just one. All right, let's look at some examples. You can use хотеть with other verbs. Straightforward enough. You could want to do all kinds of things. So we're going to use the example пить, which means to drink. Я хочу пить. I want to drink. So, or I am thirsty. Ты хочешь пить. You want to drink. Он хочет пить. Она хочет пить. Мы хотим пить. Вы хотите пить. And они хотят пить. So, as usual, when you have two verbs, you only need to conjugate the first one. The second one just stays in its infinitive. Kind of like in English. You change once, like I want, she wants, but you don't change to drink. That just stays in the infinitive. So let's practice by translating a few sentences. So the first one, I want to drink tea. How do we say that? So remember tea from our video on food. Tea is chai. So I want to drink tea. Я хочу пить чай. Sasha wants to drink coffee. So Sasha, that is he, so we have to change it as if the pronoun is he. Sasha хочет пить кофе, right? Because он хочет. Okay, next, Marina and Misha don't want to drink. So Marina and Misha, that's two people, so that's they. So we have to change using the pronoun they. Marina и Misha не хотят пить. And remember, не means not. So they do not want to drink. And finally, we want to drink wine. Мы хотим пить вино. Okay, so that was a little practice with that. Let's pick another verb. How about to sleep? We've seen this one before. Спать. Я хочу спать. I want to sleep. Now with all the other pronouns, exactly same idea. Ты хочешь спать? Он хочет спать. Она хочет спать. Мы хотим спать. Вы хотите спать. And они хотят спать. They want to sleep. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward idea. You can want to do something else. So you can use the verb to want with another verb. So some more practice conversation. Вы хотите спать? Do you want to sleep? Нет, я не хочу спать. No, I don't want to sleep. А Саша хочет спать? Does Sasha want to sleep? Да, он хочет. Yes, he wants to. Alright, so as I said, to use the verb to want with another verb, that's one way to, one kind of sentence you can build, but you can also want an object. So we're going to use the example of an apple, яблоко. Я хочу яблоко. I want an apple. So remember, Russian doesn't have articles, so you don't have to worry about a, an, or the. It's just the object. So in English, it would sound weird if I said I want apple. But in Russian, that's totally normal. Я хочу яблоко. Ты хочешь яблоко? You want an apple. Он хочет яблоко. Она хочет яблоко. Мы хотим яблоко. Вы хотите яблоко. And они хотят яблоко. They want an apple. So it seems very straightforward, right? You want an object. But there's a catch, and we're going to see it with another object, another example, the potato. So remember, potato in Russian is картошка. So let's see what's different. How do I say I want a potato? Я хочу картошку. Now notice what happened. Картошка became картошку. There's an U there at the end. Ты хочешь картошку? You want a potato. Он хочет картошку. Она хочет картошку. Мы хотим картошку. Вы хотите картошку. And они хотят картошку. So why did that happen? Why did картошка become картошку? And why did nothing happen with the word яблоко? The answer is noun cases. So the Russian language has 6 noun cases, and you are going to learn 2 of them right now. So actually, you already know one. The very first noun case is called nominative. So pretty much just naming the object. And that's the one that, you already know without even realizing it. You know a noun case in Russian. So if I say, what's this? And you answer, well, this is an apple, or this is a potato. You're using the nominative case. You're just naming what that noun is. But now we're going to learn the accusative case. So nominative, that's for the subject of a sentence. Это картошка. This is a potato. The potato is the subject of the sentence. It's what we're talking about. But accusative case is for the object of a sentence. So, я хочу картошку. I want a potato. Now, I is the subject. We're talking about me in this case, I am the one that wants something. So I'm the one that's doing the verb, doing the action, doing the wanting. So the sentence is about me. But what do I want? I want the potato. That's the object of the sentence. So if this is confusing to know what's the subject and what's the object, think about who's doing the action. Okay? The subject of the sentence is doing the action, right? The potato doesn't want anything. No, I'm doing the wanting. So we use the accusative case for the object of a sentence. Now, how do we change a noun from nominative to accusative? Well, there are some rules. So, if the object is male and animate, meaning alive, like a person, well, papa, it's a good example, dad, it becomes papu. But this is actually unusual, because papa we know is an exception. It is a noun that is male, but it ends in a. Most nouns that are male end in a consonant, like sin, which means son, and that's going to become syna. So for male animate objects, we're going to add an a at the end. It's easier with inanimate objects. They don't change at all. So banan, dom, it is exactly the same. Banana, house, whether it's nominative or accusative, it is the same. We only change male animate objects. Now for females, in the animate case, mama becomes mamu. Дочка becomes дочку. So it's just like what we did with papa, because it ended in an a, even though it's male, it got changed as if it was a female noun. And for inanimate objects, it is the same. Vodka becomes vodku. Ruka becomes ruku. Okay, simple enough. So female objects, we add u. For male, you only change it if it's animate, and it's usually a. Now neutral, there are no neutral animate objects, right there. So Russian only recognizes 2 genders among living things. It is not very open-minded as languages go. Not many languages are. So inanimate things can have a neutral gender, and they don't change at all. So яблоко, that's why it didn't change in that sentence. Even though я хочу яблоко, apple is the object, it doesn't change. And then for plural, the rules are a little different. In a lot of cases, for animate objects, the ending gets dropped. It just gets truncated. So мамы, moms, becomes мам. Я хочу мам. I want moms. It's an odd sentence, but there it is. But another way they can change is with an A ending. So сыновья becomes сыновей. And then the last way is ов ending. Коты becomes котов. So there are a few to know. It can drop the ending, or it can add A or ов. And then for inanimate, it's easier, it doesn't change. Okay, so for inanimate objects, only female nouns change. And for animate, all of them change. So that is the accusative case. You now know about 2 noun cases in Russian, nominative and accusative. It's an interesting name they used for the sentence, accusative. It's another way to think about the object of a sentence, right? If I'm accusing someone, I'm doing the action, I'm the subject. But who am I accusing? That's the object. So that might help you to remember this case. So let's look at some examples. How are we gonna say we want things? So for вы, that's you formal. And then we have a picture of an apple. So how do you say you want an apple? Вы хотите яблоко. So яблоко doesn't change. Next one, ты. How do we conjugate that? Хотеть. Ты хочешь. And then we have a picture of a husband. Муж. It becomes мужа, right? Because it is a male animate object. Ты хочешь мужа. Male animate objects, we add an a. Next, we have он. He wants, and you see a boy with a little sister, so he wants a sister. That's female. So for female ones, the ending becomes у. Он хочет сестру. And then the last one, we have a salad, salat. It is male and inanimate, so it doesn't change. Они хотят салат. So it's something that you have to think about right now, but I promise you it will get easier with practice, okay? You just have to keep practicing. And the other thing I'll tell you that will help, the thought of 6 noun cases might seem overwhelming, but this is actually the most complicated one. None of the other noun cases make a distinction between animate and inanimate. So if you learn this one, you will already have done the most difficult case. So I know you can do it. Let's do a little more practice. So you see she wants, and you see a little girl with her dad. So she wants her dad. Она хочет папу. So remember, even though this is a male, because it ends in a, it gets conjugated like a female one. Or not conjugated, modified. Она хочет папу. Next one, watermelon, арбуз. That is male and inanimate, so it doesn't change. Я хочу арбуз. Then a doctor. So doctor, it is male, but it is animate, so it does change. Они хотят врача. And then finally, grandma. Grandma is female, and it always changes with an U. Мы хотим бабушку. Okay? And that is it for the verb хотеть, to want. And we also learned the accusative case. So give yourself a huge pat on the back. You learned 2 very difficult things today. Watch this video again, practice with it. The accusative case is going to be very important, so it'll be a good idea for you to learn it, memorize it, make it kind of instinctual or habitual, so you don't have to keep, checking the rules. And we're going to move on to another verb next time. So if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, leave me comments, tell me what I can do to improve or what you would like to see next, or just say hi. And have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye.